the other day. I started kind of looking at like the energy of like my clients, and like when people write to me, I'm sorry guys, I'm just going to call in here so it's nice and clear. When people write into me, I mean, their energy is like wide open and I can't help but like see it. And they, I'll see all these little bubbles within people. And the guides the other day finally said, ask to see what's in the bubble.
Enter your participant ID followed by pound. You are in the meeting now.
There we go.
There are over 110
Ooh, talk about stage fright all of a sudden, 110?
Like, I'm like, oh my God. I liked it better when I thought there was less. Okay, so I'm all nervous now. So anyway, what and who we believe we are is so important, and it's really. Can you guys hear me? Okay, does it sound better now that I have the phone on? Yeah, good. Okay, all right, cool. Okay, good. All right. So if it starts swishing around and making annoying noises, just let me know, because I'm like half the time in trance, so I don't know the difference. But maybe I'll put it up here. That's why. I'm this handy dandy little guy. There we go. I know there's nothing worse than listening to somebody and it's the audio not being good or the connection being bad. That's just annoying, especially when you're trying to meditate. Like we'll find anything to distract us from the meditation. You don't want to have the person that's talking. Or the worst is the mouse clicking. Listening to meditation, someone has a dry mouth. Sorry, pet peeve. So anyways, what I started noticing was all these little bubbles in people. So I wanted you guys to just kind of like close your eyes, and I'm going to hold space for you to expand your awareness into all of you, okay? And as you just kind of expand your awareness, it's really easy, just say, expand my awareness, that's it. And as you do that, I want you to just kind of imagine that there's a bubble somewhere in you. It doesn't matter where. And that bubble is going to have like a little divine spark inside of it, and that's you. That's you with a little GoPro video camera on your head. And that you is a compassionate witness. You have, basically, you're supposed to have no beliefs or ideas. You're just experiencing life through all of your creations because you are source. So just imagine this bubble with a little divine spark inside of it and say, I am my divine spark. And then I want you to imagine that this bubble is around you, and then just using your breath as you breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth. Just kind of feel as you expand bigger and bigger. And I'm just going to hold space for a second, just in silence, as you guys breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you're expanding, you're starting to include the rest of your body. I want you to think of your body now as the entire universe. Has the earth in it, has the sun, the moon, all the planets, has your mother-in-law, has all the people that you like, that you don't like, everything inside of you. So as you expand your bubble out, you'll also start to feel more in control of your body. We're just going to say a little prayer. So we're going to ask God, Lord, Creator that ignited the divine spark within each of us, to step into each of our fields today, allowing us to expand out our awareness, to become aware of our wholeness, of all that we are, all that we ever will be, and all that we have ever been. As you expand out this bubble, just allow the bubble to just get bigger and bigger. Don't push it, just expand it. And if you can't see, don't worry, just kind of feel it get bigger. Or imagine a bubble that little kids blow. So bubble, as it gets bigger. There we go, perfect, good job. There are like 4 or 5 of you going, I'm trying to see the bubble, I don't see it. Just imagine it. And then from directly above you, it's going to be a white thread. And that white thread is going to begin to drop down, a little white shiny thread coming all the way down through your bubble. And when it hits your divine spark, it's just going to be like a flash of light. Like, oh, thank you for reconnecting me to my energy source. Sometimes we go years or even lifetimes without charging our batteries. I'm just going to go ahead and reconnect that. There we go. That thread of light, that thread down to your divine spark. And then just imagine that thread continuing to go down, all the way down through you, out the bottom of your bubble, and down beyond where you can see it. Allow it to continue going. Now what I'd like you to say is just, I am now my whole self. Actually, some of you it's my, funny, like a term used to use. Some of you it's my authentic self. Others it's my whole self. And others your real whole self. That's funny. So depending on what your teachings are, I think our minds, they'll block us. I am my real whole self. There's like 10 people that need that authentic self, but I am now whole. And just kind of imagine that you are, just show me what that feels like. I am now whole, or I am now authentic. I'm now my real whole self. Show me what that feels like. You're going to be like, boom, like you're there. Now pull all of your attention and awareness into an area just above your heart space. Your little divine spark is going to go into an area just above your heart space. This space allows you to travel to any time, any place, anywhere. This is your time capsule. We have not been introduced to yet in this series. As you get inside this little diamond above your heart space, you may start to feel even more relaxed, like, oh, because it will actually clear you. You're going through a hard time, you may be fragmented. I'll go more into some teachings, but you can just pull yourself into that diamond and just go, oh, with you. So what I want you to do is just, in light of kind of like what we were talking about today, say, I am me. Please show me the third dimension, third dimensional earth around me. I am now me. Show me the third dimensional earth around me. And please, if you see something, type it in, and I'm curious to see what you guys see. This is for me to learn too. I'm very curious because I see something, other people are seeing kind of the same thing, and I'm just curious to see what you guys see. I am now me. Please show me the third dimensional world around me, or the 3D world around me. War, that's what I saw too. 150 people texting. Oh, the sound isn't any better? The cartoon earth, interesting. Old. So the sound isn't any better, guys? More burnt earth. I saw burnt. Okay, good. Thank you, Sarah. Saw wood. Susan, you saw wood, like real wood or petrified wood? Black clouds, I saw that too, Brittany. Dinosaurs, interesting. I wonder why Jen, can I go into your field? Oh, Jen's from the future. I'm going to go into this all tonight. There's everybody that's here tonight is from the future. which I think is kind of cool. I think we're all from the future, but I think that, yeah, I'll go into it a little bit. Trees and waterfalls and all natural earth. Interesting. So Heather, a stadium. Rochelle, explain that. That's the Coliseum. I used to see that all the time. I'll just tell you the story real quick. It's actually really interesting. And Rochelle, I'll make sure to get it off of you. I will check for like reptilian type energies. I used to see myself as a Dino the dinosaur. Like literally, like when I went into my 5D self, I'd be like, remember like Dino the dinosaur is like the dog or whatever. And I would see myself as Dino the dinosaur in this like land with all these crystals off in the distance. And I'd go up to my little ponds and I'd look in and I'd see me, but I was like Dino the dinosaur. It was really interesting. Come to find out there's an actual like ET race of beings that look like Dino the dinosaurs. And then there's like also like these ostrich looking like beings, but they're all part of the matrix. So there's a lot of people there into like this guy wrote on my thing yesterday, like, oh, there's dark force entities and da da da. And I'm like, well, yeah, but that's all down in the 3D. So like in the 3D reality that we just moved from, no plan. I sound muffled, Susan? Do I sound muffled to everyone? Okay. Okay. That sucks. All right. How about this? Is that better? Nice. Cool. A little button on here for some reason. Androids confuse me. So, and I even probably have a better little microphone thing that I can use. That sounds good? Hey, awesome. Okay, good. So what I've been finding is since I've gotten more comfortable with working with this diamond light body is that we can go into this diamond and we can go into like any time and place and we're completely protected, which is amazing. Like, you know, before it's like you take your consciousness somewhere and there's a chance that you're in your emotional body and you got connected and then you get slimed by some being or it sees you or, you know, whatever. I wanted to address something that a guy said on my Facebook the other day where I said, you know, demons are merely just our shadows, which is very true. But there are beings out there, just like us, you know, like free will beings that live in other realms, other times, other places. And like I explained to him yesterday, I wrote this like long novel to him. And then when I hit send, it said, we're sorry, we're having an issue with this. We cannot send it right now. And I was like, ah. So I copied it so I wouldn't lose it, you know, and then I didn't paste it anywhere though. So I copied it and then I tried to do it again, didn't go through, tried to do it again, didn't go through, tried to message it to him, didn't go through. And then my computer just went zoop and shut down. And I was like, ah, and I lost the whole thing. So I wrote like a less lengthy response to him, but it was basically that there can be all the demons, the entities, the creatures in the world outside of us. But if we don't have what's called a resonance, if we don't match with them, they can't see us. So you can only see what you match with. And the issue with spirituality is as we have moved out, as you can see, of the 3D, like now say I'm curious, the one who had the dinosaur, I think that it's kind of like a matrix reality that some of your consciousness may be in. And I used to be like tipped to the side. So when I'd go up to source, I'd go like that way. And I was that Dino the dinosaur. And I would go up and I would go up. And I'd go up to this big Coliseum where I'd see all these different beings with like half animal, half man. And I'd see all of our soul groups sitting in different sections watching Yahweh in the middle, but Yahweh had like red eyes and he had these angels next to him that would sing, and it was this big Coliseum. And I just think that there's gods of like the underworld and there's gods of the different densities. And as you can get into your diamond self, this is the aspect of you that lives outside outside of all of this, like the video game, as Michelle's son would call it the other day, her 6-year-old who was channeling me, was talking about the video game that we're living in. You know, no, that's still in the video game. That's still in the video game. He kept saying it was so cute. But there's all these realities, all these worlds. And when you can get into this attunement, the attunement that I'm going to do on you guys tonight, you can literally change it. You can just be like, I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. That's gone. What I had found was that on my second chakra in the back, I had an attachment, and it was like this reptilian being, basically. And I was like all freaked out. I went and saw all these healers, and oh my God, get this reptilian off me. And oh my God, ah, you know, and come to find out it's like another aspect of me from some other lifetime in some other world, because for every this, there's a this, you know, we have an anti to everything, and that's just how energy works. So for every light you, there's a shadow you, you know, and it's those pieces of ourselves that we're kind of rounding up when we do what we're going to do tonight. We're going to round up kind of like our shadow aspects and those shadow pieces and kind of bring them all back into this diamond so that we can have them united. And then we can go out and make the money we want to make, or find the relationship we want to find, or get the spiritual abilities we want to find. I mean, so many people don't have their spiritual abilities because they think they're evil. And that's because somebody may have said something to them when they were young. So their shadow is basically like late at night looking up spiritual stuff, thinking they're all evil and rebellious, you know? So let me see what you guys, there are demons outside. So what if I always think there are demons outside? Okay, so people that think that there are demons outside, you have to do this. You're in your diamond. So now if you're still in the third dimension watching Armageddon, just say 0. It'll pull you back. So 0, diamond. And you'll come back into your diamond, which is part of the attunement, you guys. So someone just said we're not doing the meditation. The thing that we were doing before was actually me starting the attunement. So as you are in this diamond, basically, let me just make sure everyone's back in. 0, diamond. There we go. Awesome. So if anybody ever sees negative stuff, or you see stuff outside of you, I keep seeing myself dead in 2032. It's like this vision I keep seeing over and over and over. And I'm going like, why do I keep seeing this? And so I finally was like, all right, I'm going to figure out what this is. Why would I be seeing myself like with Madison looking over me? I saw it during a mud rub at the spa when I was getting sick. Jeff took me to the hot springs to rejuvenate me. And I was getting a mud rub, and I saw this vision of me looking over at me, not alive anymore. And Jeff wasn't there with Madison, but she was in like her spacesuit, which is like how I see our avatar self, or our astral self. And she was standing there looking over at me, and I'm like really was traumatized by it. So today I told the guys, I don't want to see this in my head anymore. What is this? And usually before, like if I didn't have the knowledge I had, I would have been like, oh my God, I'm seeing this, something's going to happen. And I would have been like going to every psychic that I knew, like, what are you seeing? And then they would have said stuff, and then I would have added that to the story and, you know, all that. And so today I just went, okay, I got into my diamond. I said diamond 0 or 0 diamond, whatever feels good. You're in your diamond self. And then you ask that the light connect inside of you, and you just kind of like allow the light to radiate out through the diamond. So when you get into your diamond self, there's less of like commands of this and this need to be done. It's just kind of more like a thought, like connect. You know, you don't have to say connect. We just connect light to you, expands out. And I said, show me the root of this issue. Where is it? And I went immediately down to like my abdomen area over here. And then I just said clear, and I cleared it, and the vision went away, and I haven't seen it since. And it's not because of anything other than the fact that I had an aspect of myself, a shadow aspect of myself that was showing me a picture in my mind. So I want you guys to close your eyes and just kind of like with your hands here, you know, like right, kind of like in front of you or whatever, ask your mind where your imagination is. So just be like, where do I see stuff in my imagination? And you'll feel like your hand a certain distance away from you, like your peripheral you know what I mean? Like you'll say like, oh, okay, my imagination is kind of like right here. And then I want you to say, show me where I see the astral plane. And you'll feel it in a different place. And then say, show me where I see the ethers. And you can write it down if you'd like. I'm curious about that too. So you're going to see different things in different places. And where I was seeing that was in the astral plane, which is the false reality. It's not the real reality. It's not real at all. So something in me, and I haven't figured it out yet because it was so recent, it was like an hour ago or 2 hours ago. Something in me was, I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. But that would be considered, before I would have been like, oh my God, I have a demon, and it was showing me this vision, and it was trying to scare me, and it was trying to get me down low, and it was trying to drain me. But by becoming my whole self, becoming my, like, getting into my diamond and just saying, show me the root, and then allowing the diamond to go down and kind of dissolve that root, the fact that it went away tells me that it was a creation of mind. It was like a creation of my mind, or an aspect of my mind. Does that make sense? Someone said, is that why the guides don't use the word God? There are Godheads, and that's a good question. The guides use the word the light. They always have, and I always thought it was kind of weird. Like, they'd be like, what you call God, what we call the light. And I've actually started to use the word light instead, because think if you thought Zeus was God in a past life, and then you thought Poseidon was God, and then you thought Jesus was God, and then you thought, like had like a Hindu God or like a Sikh God or something like that. So the word God is different for every single person based on what your subconscious beliefs are and based on where your soul has been and what you've done. So it's actually kind of interesting. It all has to do with the subconscious mind. So that's probably why they don't say it. That's a good question. Astral and imagination in the same place? Cool. Same right here and right here, Shannon? One's closer and one's further? Cool, good. Reading the questions, can the shadows? No, the other shadows cannot attach to you. So I get a lot of calls from people that'll be like, not calls, but like messages where they're like, because I did this or because I did that, I now have demonic attachments. I now have entity attachments. I now have, they're freaked out. They're totally freaked out. They're like, I've got this and I've got that, and it's all around me and I can't get rid of it. I had one lady that I had to send to Isabel because I just couldn't handle her because she said it's trying to take over my mind and blah, 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 blah. What the guides wanted to explain tonight, and that's why I had to go find my charts, is that we are these multi-dimensional beings, okay? So the third dimension was all fiery and black. It's like the third dimension is gone, okay? The earth is no longer 3D. So, the end times are like here and you made it. Just put it that way. It's like that's come and gone. The fourth dimensional earth, you can just say, like, get into your diamond, I am now whole, and then say, I am now me, show me the fourth dimensional world, or show me the fourth dimensional earth. And I'm not sure what I see. I hadn't even thought about doing that. Curious what you guys see. As I'm doing this, I'm actually out of body, attuning everyone to this diamond to make sure you're all in alignment with this white thread. So that's why I keep jumping back and forth. Blowing greenhouse, good forest. Nice, hearts. Ooh, Earth eclipsing the sun, lush green pastures. Nice, galaxy, awesome. Earth eclipsing the sun, cool. Tornado. See if you can clear that, Shannon. Dark like night in the moonlight. That's what I see too. I see like a as you guys are saying that, I'm seeing there's different people on different densities. So like if you're down at the lowest density, you're going to probably see like gravel, like rock, earth. And then if you're at the next density up, which would be like the second chakra, you're probably going to see like the fairy realm and stuff like that. The next one up would be like where I saw like the cosmos kind of. The next step, it looks like it's all like white or light. The next step, it looks like that's the green grass, rolling hills. Interesting. The next one up is like matrixy, like little like shots of little like light. And then the seventh density is, looks like a chakra. I mean, that's a tornado that you saw, Shannon. Interesting. So as you guys can see, your consciousness slips through all the different dimensions throughout the day, and you just don't realize it because you're here. But where is here? If you really, really think about it, like where is here? We are where our consciousness is. So that's why mediums can say, no, like they basically will tune in and say, okay, take me to the realm where that spirit is and I want to communicate with it. So they send themselves to that realm, they communicate with it, and then they bring the information through. So like I said last week, the people that hang out in the mental body, which is kind of like solar plexus-ish, are going to be people that are getting psychic readings on people. And then you've got the mediums who are going to be communicating with the soul plane, and they're going to be getting messages from the deceased. And then you've got the channels who are channeling anything from the lowest density all the way up throughout our entire body. And then there's the diamond. So when you're in the diamond, you're not in your chakra system anymore. You're right back there, technically, right back there, right above your human self. So you're outside of the chakra system, and that's why you can clear anything. If you ask yourself right now, where in my body are like the demons or the entities, it's only like a very small part of your body. So if your conscious awareness is in that part of your body, yes, when you meditate, you're going to see freaky stuff. You're going to see stuff, you're going to hear stuff, you're going to sense stuff. So that's just because you're in the lower realms, you're down there. And the only thing that takes us down there is our emotions. So like what that guy said on my page the other day, he was saying, you know, dark force entities, this and that. Don't let people scare you about that stuff. Just know that you can get in your diamond and say, take me to a frequency or take me to a place in my body where that does not exist. And that's what the old saying, you know, if you don't believe in magic, it can't affect you. It's kind of true. But, you know, if you believed in it from a past life, it could affect you. So, you know, the best thing to do is to just learn how to keep your frequency up, keep your emotional, your conscious level up. And if it's not up, using your higher self, using your angels, your guides, to artificially raise it above that stuff so that you're not affected by it. So you're not affected by it. Let me see. The diamond, where do you see everything? I just see it like in the middle of my head. Cool, awesome. So I'm going to do the, I want to show you guys this picture. Let me put this right here. I need water really bad. My mouth is so dry. Some of you guys, it's like a, like deadlifting, like down from the bottom all the way up. I'm like going through one at a time, doing the little attunement thing. There's a cool thing that we channeled the other night called the white thread, the golden thread. It's on Patreon if you want to listen to it. I did a trance channeling, and I had Courtney and Christina, who has like the most perfect notes from every single class she's ever been to of all of my lessons. They were with me the other night because I'm trying to write my book, and we did a channeling, and they brought through this information about this white thread that's from the original creator. And because we kept saying, well, what created that Godhead? And then what created that? And what created that? We wanted to know like the highest possible thing we could get to. And they said, you are the highest possible thing. You're just lost. You're just confused. You're lost within your shadows. You're lost within your reflection. You're lost within your projections. And it's time to come back. And they talked about this white thread, which is what everybody kind of has going down into their head right now, connecting with your diamond, going all the way through you. It's actually really cool looking. Let me get some water really quick. My mouth is like clicking dry. Look at all these clairvoyant people. Everybody's seeing stuff, huh? Okay. I'll just grab a sweatshirt. Really don't breathe too bad. It's funny that when I channel spirits, I'm like always really, really hot. I'm like super, super hot when I channel spirits. But when I channel like the really high stuff, I get freezing. I get really cold. It's really, really, really cold. So, okay, let me see if there's any questions before I want to go into the shadow stuff, but I don't want to tell you guys too much about it because I want to do the meditation first, and then I'll tell you about all the stuff that we learned about the shadow. But I want you to just keep in mind right now, I want you to write down one thing that you were told was bad that isn't necessarily bad. So, trying to think of an example for myself. Well, mine was, you know, like you don't want to be lazy. And so being lazy was like, you know, relax. Yeah, someone said sex. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. So relaxation is laziness, basically. So whenever you get around people, you look really busy. Talking about money, that's a good one too. Talking about money. So think of how you feel when people talk about money, and think about how you judge, or sex, or let's see, I was on this too much, or you burn out. Okay, eating meat on Wednesdays and Fridays. Oh, interesting. On Wednesdays, magic, it's not real. Money, interesting. Having confidence. That, okay, I like that one. That having confidence one is, I think a lot of people have that. So having confidence is conceited. Having confidence is cocky. It's arrogant. So when you see somebody with confidence, then they irritate you, right? So they irritate you. So I have a client who, she was basically, she's like more of a, kind of like a sexual person, I guess. But she was told like that she was basically shut down to all that. Her family was very, 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 very religious. I can't remember which religion. Very religious. That was bad. That was horrible. It was evil, all that stuff. So what I helped her get through about a few years ago was she wanted to stop stripping and doing like, you know, I think she was taking money for sex and stuff like that. And she couldn't understand why she would do that. And at that time, we thought they were demons. I was like, oh, you have sexual demons. Okay, we need to get rid of those. And this is like probably 4.5 years ago. And it was funny because she contacted me very, very recently, and her life's completely different. It's changed. And I saw that what was causing her to go out and do that was actually, it was her. It wasn't a demon. It was her. It was her shadow self. It was the piece of herself that she repressed so that she could be a certain way, so that she could be good, so she could receive love. So we repress these aspects of self. And the guide said last night that that is one of the main reasons why people cheat. Because when you're with somebody that you love, you act the way that you were taught how to act in order to be loved. So people, if they, you know, you meet someone and you go, oh my God, they just make me feel so amazing and blah, 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 blah. It's because they are your shadow, or they have like your shadow within them. So what we do is if we basically have a piece of ourselves that we're repressing, that piece we're like, nope, I'm not, you know, I'm not a confident person. Then guess what? You're going to probably go find a narcissist, you know, to go out with, because really your real self is probably has a lot of that in it that you've repressed, but you can't express it because it's in your shadow. So when we start meditating, when we start doing the spiritual development stuff, a lot of people will say, oh, I've got demons and they're this and they're that. Like I did that. And now I'm realizing, oh my God, this whole time it's been like these shadow aspects of self trying to come in and have me express them and show them and get to be my whole self and not just half shadow, half light. So hopefully through the meditation tonight and in this attunement with this diamond self, what we can do is we can go back to right before you created a shadow right before you basically split away from yourself and said, that piece of you is bad, and that's going to go sit in the corner, and I'm just going to put this face on, and I'm going to do this, 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 and this. Christina was here the other night. I'm going to call her out, and she says, they said to her when we were channeling that she can't speak up. She can't speak her truth. She can't set boundaries, things like that. That was not a good thing in her family. So she learned to be very repressed, very quiet, very like not speak her truth. And she started laughing really hard because our shadow is in our second chakra. So if we go into our second chakra, we become our shadow. Okay. That's where like the sex, the money, the love, the drugs, that's where all that stuff is. Our shadow's there. So she was like, oh my gosh, I totally do. Like with her husband, it's almost like she gets in an argument so that then she can speak her truth. I don't know if anyone else does that. You know, it's like you get in an argument and then it's like, oh yeah, well, da 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 da. But if you're in a mode where you're trying to be loving, you can't do your shadowy things. Does that make sense? That make sense, guys? Hopefully it does. Hopefully I'm explaining it good. I like that question, Shelley. So they're what you believe to be negative, okay? So, so somebody who eats meat, somebody said they can't eat meat on certain days, okay? So they would look at somebody, if they needed meat, if their body was like deficient or they needed meat or they really loved meat and someone else was eating meat, they would look at that person, they would go, look at that person, they're so out of control. They are just disgusting. I can't even look at them, you know, because they have in them that desire to want to eat meat. I'm just using this very, you know, like black and white example, you know. So they're looking at other people outside of them and they're being triggered. So the whole key with all of this is we're never really looking at ourselves. We're looking outside of ourselves. So I just had you guys write down something that was negative something that you was told was negative, but isn't necessarily negative. Now I want you to think of a time in your life where you didn't like someone because they expressed those things. You know, like I always say, my friend Tanya, she's always like, just ran the stairs at the beach, you know, like the pictures of like the boobs and the lips and the, like the selfie, you know, like just worked out, you know, and it's like, she's totally showing off that she worked out. I call that's called your golden shadow. So it's a piece of you that you have not yet expressed or that you're not expressing that you see in somebody else that isn't necessarily bad, but we've pushed it away. Like me, don't be cocky, don't be arrogant. So it's not like I'm going to be over there doing like a boobs, lips, like OC shot, you know, but I bet you my personality has that in me. So that's why I'm just like, whatever, why is she doing that? You know? So it's the things that like really, really irritate us about other people. We have to ask. The richest girl in high school. I like that. Okay, the richest girl in high school was the biggest biatch, she says. But you have to ask why you thought she was. Why you thought she was. And it probably has something to do with your beliefs about money. So when you have that belief, then you can't be rich because then you'll be a biatch, you know? So as soon as you can find these things that trigger you, then you can use the diamond self to like dissolve them, shine light on the shadow, and then it's gone. And then you're like, whoa, life looks completely different. Like, it's amazing. I've been dissolving for like the last 4 days. I'm like, oh, I'm going to dissolve that. Oh yeah, that person's bugging me. So anyone that took the Reiki class, I start a gripe list. I say, start a gripe list. Anything that bugs you about me, anything that bugs you about anyone in class, write it down. Write down why it bugs you. And then we're going to find out how old that you is. And then we're going to dissolve the emotion around it, basically, because we're only seeing ourselves and other people. So with this shadow thing that they were talking about the golden shadow. It's the hardest thing to find because we look at another person, we can't stand them, and it's not like they're doing anything evil, but we think it is in some way, shape, or form. So when we can dissolve it, you know, I used to look at like spiritual teachers on stage, like, oh, what are they just doing that like for money or whatever? Like, you know, it's like, I was like, so like it grossed me out. And I cleared this whole like you can't work and do spirituality and make money thing, otherwise you're evil. When I cleared that, I was like, oh, now I get it. They're getting the message out. It's not about the money. They're getting the message out. That's why they need a stage. You know, but you see how like the shift in the perspective goes from like, they're just trying to take everyone's money, they're frauds, to that's a really good way to get the message out, you know, and that was all based on my belief that spirituality shouldn't make money and people only do stuff for money type of thing, because I didn't love my job, but now I love my job. So crossing borders. Okay, politicians are the best mirrors ever, you guys. I love that somebody wrote that, okay? Politicians, we won't even say names because other people's blood pressures will go up immediately and all of our shadows will come out to play and go, la, 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 la. I did a lot of this around the election time. I said, okay, so teaching people how to like use their snow globe to decide who they were going to vote for. And the guides came in and they said that a politician represents all of your shadows. And they also represent all of the people that have wronged you. So, you know, our president is up there talking and he becomes our father who beat us. Or he becomes, you know, the guy that wouldn't give us a job because we were a woman, or the guy that smacked our butt in line and, you know, like said, oh yeah, you go along. I had a lady that says, oh yeah, he is that guy that smacked my butt when I was, I can't remember what it was, like a flight attendant or something, and just didn't respect me. And I'm thinking, well, that kind of isn't him, but you know, like, you know, so people that we don't know, we project on 100%. So if you can't stand an actor or an actress, or you're like, oh, that person, blah, 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 it is very, very likely that you two have the same shadows and you have the same aspects within you. So you're linking up with them and that's why they're triggering you. So being triggered, actually, when you work with your shadow is a good thing. When you start getting annoyed, it's like, why am I getting annoyed? Okay, what am I annoyed at? Okay, like today I was like, oh man, every time I get one moment alone, like somebody comes in, like Michelle comes walking in. I had one moment alone. And then Michelle comes walking in and I was like, and before I got annoyed, I went, okay, what part of me? Is it me or is it my shadow? And it was my shadow, was getting upset. So you have to ask that when you get annoyed, is this me or is this my shadow? It was my shadow self that basically hates to be alone. So that shadow self hates to be alone, and I love to be alone. So as soon as I love to be alone, then it's like your shadow piece will be like, hey you, hey over here, get over here, and like call someone in. So we have to get a handle on that piece of us and this piece of us so that we can start to control our life. Otherwise, we only have control over one side of us. And we have all this other stuff going on over here. And we can blame it. We can say it was a demon. It was, you know, if you follow a demon or an entity up through the different realms, at the top, you'll see your shadow. It's just your shadow going like, hey, let's do this, let's do that, because it helps you grow. It helps you grow. So Shelly's question, did I answer it? What was Shelly's question? I remember saying it was a good one. And then we'll do the meditation, and then, because I want to do this, I didn't see Shelly's question. Yeah, and the shadows, so look at it like this. Right now, let's see, let me think of something. I can't think of anything. Okay, client, the guides, sorry, I was trying to use my brain. I'm just going to channel it. Okay, so the guides say this. Because I don't know that question. I don't know. Peter says, good job. Ouch. I think knowing everything in my family is good and not knowing is bad. Let's see. They say, what we would like to bring into you today is an understanding that your shadow is you, yes, but it is you that has moved away from the light. It is you that is casting the shadow upon your life. What you must understand is that, yes, there will always be a shadow unless you are the light. But in this incarnation, in this life, you will always create shadows on your life. The key to this is having the tools, having the awareness and having the spiritual maturity to look upon something and say, you know what? Am I despising this person over here because they're expressing something and I'm kind of jealous that they get to be that way and I don't get to? They get to speak their truth. They get to be loud. They get to say what they want and I don't, because I've taken that quality that I have within me of speaking up and I've said, no, you can't be that, because if you're that, you do not get to be loved. You will not be loved. When you look at those individuals, you actually take offense to what they're doing. And then you turn it into being defensive, that they're doing it to bug you. This is what an unawakened mind will see this as. They will see someone who is speaking their truth as offensive to them, and they will take it personally. So yes, shadows will be created, but your awareness of your triggering and asking, is this me? Am I in the light or am I in my shadow? Asking this simple question will do so much, because just the simple awareness of this, once you slip into your diamond and shine light on the shadow, will take it away. Because awareness is the key, and perspective is everything. Once you shift your perspective, your entire life changes. You go from sitting next to somebody thinking that they are talking loud on the phone just to bug you, to just realizing that they have a loud voice. And then you don't get irritated while you're at work, because you realize they're not just trying to bug you. They're not trying to get at you because you took a paper clip from their desk and you never gave it back, when really they have no idea you even took it in the first place. We create these stories, people. Uh-oh, Mary's here. We create these stories. We create these realities. And many of you, conflict is love. You saw your parents fight. You saw them argue. Their communications were through debating and arguing. So in order to feel love, in order to get love, you debate, you argue. But if there's nobody to debate and argue it, you create it in your mind. You say, that guy next to me is talking really loud because he is trying to argue with me. That means I'm loved, because somebody's arguing with me. We are, for the lack of a better word, convoluted beings, in that there are so many distortions that run through us. But luckily, in this attunement in which you are receiving, by being brought into this aspect of self that's outside of all the distortions, you can just use your mind and dissolve them away. What we'd also like you to write is one thing that you've been trying to accomplish, but you cannot accomplish. We are going to dissolve all resonance to the blocks this evening as a surprise for you, my dear children. One thing, no cheating. 2. I just saw someone write down 2, someone's like writing down 10. Write down one thing that you really, 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 really want to accomplish. This can be addiction. This can be any obsessions that you have, anything that you think about a lot. We want you to write this down. We want you to write it down, and we want you to ask yourself, where within you is the root to this issue? You don't have to know what it is. You don't have to see what it is. Just where in your body is the root to whatever it is that you're writing down. Interesting. So this is something that you wanted to accomplish that's blocking you. So if you're like, I've been wanting to make $1 million, but you realize that you don't have any confidence. So you've been trying to work on your confidence. You've been trying to do affirmations. You've been trying to do all this stuff that's not helping. And sometimes it helps and you're like on cloud 9, but most of the time you get around your family and you're like, or you get around your friends, you're like, you're negative or whatever. So you would write down kind of like confidence. Yeah. Diamond is in different spots when you're in different bodies. That's why in the meditation, I'm going to make sure to get you guys all up to the right body. And that's why as I'm talking, I'm making sure everyone's threads are connected. I've got 2 people left, and then I'm going to run to the bathroom. I've been bebopping back and forth. I'm just letting my higher self teach the class. Buying a home, interesting. If it's something like buying a home, guys, ask yourself what you think about people that are homeowners. And then ask yourself if you think that you have those qualities and if they're in your shadow or not. It's really interesting. Like me, I won't get a minivan because those are like mom cars. But I was like looking at one the other day and I was like, man, it'd be so handy to have one of these. Like, man, but I don't want to do it. Trying to open your third eye, peace of mind, stability. Cool, good. Money, root is in the stomach, good. So it really doesn't matter where the root is. Most likely it's all going to be in the abdomen area because that's where all of your creations are. That's where your human is. And that's why I needed to get the charts. And that's a good question, whoever asked where the, where the diamond is. Sorry, I just had to clear something. Sometimes when I see a question in someone's guides tune and they try to jump through me and start channeling, I saw something that okay. If I admire the people who have what I want, that's good. If you admire the people that have what you want, that's awesome. That means that you have it within you. So if you admire someone, that means that that is you. Otherwise, you wouldn't notice it at all. You would not notice anything about them. And you may talk to somebody standing right next to you, looking at the same person, and they'd see completely different qualities. Or they may think, oh God, that person's this, this, and that. So like I said, it's all about perspective. Paid nutritional counselor. Yeah, so the paid thing is huge, guys. It's huge because doing what you love and getting paid is like, doesn't work because, it's work and play. So your shadow probably says, you must work hard in order to play. You must work hard in order to play. So the piece of you that wants to play gets pushed aside as bad, and then you're like all serious in business. But then you go and you get into nutritional counseling and you love it. So that play part that's over there comes out, and now you're bad. So why should you get paid? So there's these famous rapper. Corey, are you the one why I was listening to rap? I was literally listening to rap for like 20 minutes before. I love rap though. But I was listening to rap before, so funny. I was listening to the Akon and what else? I even got out some old Machiavelli. Stop worrying about money. Yes. Okay, let me run to the restroom, guys, and then we're going to do the meditation. This is a cool meditation from what the guys have told me. I'm not sure what to expect, so I'm excited. So I'll be right back. I agree. Let's see here. So yeah, if anyone needs to use the restroom, let's take a 2-minute break, run to the bathroom, and then we will meditate. have a few oils here. Okay. So, I went to go get a Motrin because my head's killing me. I'm gonna maybe go and get vitamins. I'm gonna do this one exactly. So what they're saying is, we are going to teach you guys how to project your consciousness into the different bodies that you have, which is really, really cool. I spent a lot of time trying to learn how to like astral project and astral travel, and I always get so annoyed. And let me see. Okay. I would get so annoyed that I couldn't do it because I was expecting to actually like go somewhere. And once I was attuned to this creator self that it's literally what I wrote my book about, was the creator self, which is the diamond self. And I'm starting to see teachings kind of popping up around all over the place where other channels are also getting information on this. So it's cool to see that it's like cool to see. What's this over here? There we go. It's cool to see that other teachers, I mean, unless they're all listening to my radio show, which I highly doubt, are all getting the same information as my guides are bringing in, which is really, really cool. So the diamond light body is what the guides have been calling it. And somebody asked a question, you know, like, what if the diamond's in a different place? Or asking where the diamond was. I want you guys to try something. It's really cool, really cool. The guides taught Courtney and I this, I think, last night. So it's going to be like real fast. So I just say, once you're attuned, you can do this, but before you're attuned, it doesn't work because you end up in all these different bodies. And since you have your little thread, everybody's now plugged in. That's why I was saying you wouldn't be able to do it really after the fact. If you listen to it after the fact, you'll still get the healing, but the attunement's not going to work. But I'm attuned to everyone on my little list here that signed up, even if you're not here and you're listening later. I just did it on you. I wonder if someone's like driving and all of a sudden they're like, woo! Really felt the connection. So I want you to say, diamond 0. And you're just going to go into the center of your diamond. You're not fully attuned yet, but you're tuned enough to where, boom, you have access to your diamond. And I want you to say, I am now, and then your name. Show me where my diamond is. And then I am now my higher self. Show me where my diamond is. I am now my whole self. Show me where my diamond is. And I'm doing it fast because you can't give your mind a chance to go, wow, which one's better and which one's worse and where should it be? And I wonder what other people's are. And our mind just starts comparing immediately. I am my human body. Show me where my diamond is. And now I want you to say, and without thinking, just say, if my diamond has ever appeared to me before, show me what it looked like or allow me to feel what it felt like. I'm curious to see if anybody got anything on that one. Oh, my neck just got tight. It just cleared something out of my neck. Yeah, see? Yeah, Bobby, everyone who signed up, yeah. Yeah, everybody's attuned. Not yet, though. Not totally yet. We're doing the attunement meditation. But yeah, no, everybody that says, I've got a list of everyone here on my computer underneath here, so don't worry. I'm just trying to find it. I'm going to find my sweatshirt. It's like so cold. We're like freezing in here. There we go. I think this will be nice. Hopefully this won't hit. Okay, so what you guys just did was you guys just went through different layers of your body. Sorry, shuffling. Forget looking professional with my scarf. I don't care. I want to be comfortable. Okay, so so what you did was you were moving your God consciousness. You were moving your divine spark, your source awareness. But our diamond self is not without personality. Our diamond self is our creator self. So let me ask the guys how many creator selves are on this planet. Oh, there's like millions of them. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. So the lower the density you're in, or the lower the space in your light body that you're in, the more diamonds there are. So they're saying if you say, I am now my light body, show me where I'm living my life from, you'll be in a certain area. It's like the thought spot, God spot thing that we did last class. If you didn't see that class, guys, you can watch it on Patreon. But depending on where you are within your light body is going to be how many souls or how many diamonds are on this planet. So they're saying there's 144,000 down in the lowest, and then it goes up to 12 light, 12 dark. So it's like a shadow. And then in the third, it's 6, and then with a mirrored reflection of another 6. Fourth, it's 3. Fifth, it's 1. Sixth, no more diamond. It becomes source. Got it. That's cool. Interesting. So your creator self, basically the you that created you, the you that planned this life, that created all of your guides. When you get into that diamond, it's like taking on the hard drive of all of your guides, all of your angels, all of the beings that you set forth in this life. So you can change anything. You can release anything. You can just be like, okay, I'm done with this. I don't want that anymore. It's the most powerful tool that I have found since teaching this, and I'm always looking, always looking. Disco ball. I used to see it like a disco ball too. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Amy, sometimes that she doesn't orgasm get us to diamond state. That's actually when you go out of body. I had someone who thought that she was being sexually harassed in her sleep. And I said, no, that's actually when you're leaving your body. Some people, if you're leaving from your physical body and you're leaving out of, like the gateways of your body from your physical, so you're in your first density, then you're going to feel that. If you're up in the higher densities, then you're going to feel different things when you leave your body. Like that whole, like that, you're in your solar plexus and you're going out into your astral body. So now what I want you guys to do is diamond 0. And then I want you to say, I am now my master guide. Show me what that feels like. I am now my master guide. Show me what that feels like. And you guys can share what you feel. It's a pretty cool feeling for me. It makes me feel more like expanded. Where's that thing? Now getting hot. Take this picture off and like this. I'm changing my shirt. It's so funny how my my temperature is going hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. The whole reason why this diamond self thing came about was because I got frustrated that I felt like I was like a million different people, and I didn't like it. And I didn't like saying, oh, it was the guides that made me do it, or it was this, or it was that, because, when it comes down to it, the guides are us. And so are the fallen beings, and so are our shadows. Yeah. See. Awesome. So when you want to clear your house, when you want to feel safe, now this is the coolest thing out of the whole night, I thought personally. But so after you become your master guide, I want you to say the diamond 0. Usually we'd have to like go down in the middle of the earth, go up to source, connect, come back down, get into the heart, go into our real self, get into our whole self. It's like this long process. And now it's just like diamond 0 or 0 diamond, boom, you're there. So 0 diamond. I am now the archangel assigned to my soul. Show me what that feels like. It feels pretty cool. Or I am now the angel assigned to my soul. And then say, I am now the angel assigned to my consciousness. They feel completely different. Michael is all of ours. Isn't that cool though, how with the soul and with the consciousness, they're different, right? Did anybody have the exact same? Yes, we are all our own angel. Isn't that cool? Yep, Gabriel. Cool. Okay, so I like that she said the consciousness Metatron. I'm pretty sure that, so what's funny is as I'm learning, yes, one felt more dense to me. The soul one felt more dense, Layla. Anna felt the same. Interesting. So it's really cool because I was noticing that with the soul, you know, we're a group soul. So it's everybody's karma. It's everybody's stuff that we're all like on a scavenger hunt, like trying to clear, you know? So when you say like the angel that was assigned to my soul, I just kind of felt like this, like a movie theater, almost like projection going out this way. But then when I said the angel assigned to my consciousness, it was like this huge, like forward moving, like motion, because I think that our soul is just the video game. I think that we are living in our soul. That's my new theory, is that I think we're just living in our soul, living in this light body, but our consciousness is that divine spark that's given a little GoPro video camera to go down and live inside a soul. And then that soul walks into the movie theater and that soul is watching a movie and it gets so into the movie that it gets trapped in the movie. And then it makes another character to go in and go get it. And then another one to go get it. And then finally that soul sitting there like comatose going like, I sent all my consciousness into the show. I need to do something. I need to pull it all back. You know, so our council lets us go in after it. And there's a lot of beings that went in after all of their little pieces, all their creations into that video game. And when they did that, they basically got stuck down here. And those would be like the Godheads, the fallen beings, the Lucifers, the fallen angels, stuff like that. So anyone who has Metatron, is he extremely hot by any chance? I'm curious. Because I had a hot guide named Adam, and I swear the other night, I think my hot guide Adam is Metatron. Is he? Oh my God. Yeah. I used to always go on and on about my hot guide Adam. And then, oh, that's funny. That's so funny. Yeah, because I didn't believe in angels up until like 3 days ago. So let me get my chart and show you guys. And then we're going to do the meditation, I promise. I just want you guys to kind of see how, this is what they wanted me to show you guys. It was actually this, but that is way too messy to show them. That's just embarrassing. So if anybody's really interested in learning about this stuff, something that's really interesting to learn about is the Kabbalah tree. I don't know much about it. But what I found is the stuff that I've charted out is ends up being in the shape of that Kabbalah tree. And I think the Kabbalah tree is our light body. And all the different little points on that Kabbalah tree of life basically are all our different like orbs of consciousness. So what I found is at the bottom of the tree, I feel like that's our crown chakra. And then what happens is our diamond is right there. Our diamond just kind of like basically goes like this. It goes all the way up the tree and it lives at the top. So it's like our consciousness, our pure consciousness from without all the world all on it, just goes and kind of like lives up there. But then our little divine spark stays down here and it stays in this reality. And then our job is to kind of like work our way up that Kabbalah tree, all the way up to complete self-awareness. And then once you get up there, you go, oh, wait, I'm everything. I'm the all. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to go create some stuff, you know? So they said our whole reason for all of this is to become creator beings, to live in these realities so that we can live through creation. I don't know if anybody has watched that show called The Travelers, but it's pretty amazing. It's cool how they are from the future and they are sending pieces of their consciousness back to 30 seconds before people die. Has anyone seen that show? Yeah, all the different things in the Kabbalah tree are all different angels. So like each different little orb represents a different angelic being. So there's like, I don't remember how many orbs, but Isabel's like master at this stuff. She like actually studies it. Yeah, so Travelers is awesome. It gives a good perspective on kind of how everybody here, it's so funny. I asked tonight, I said, so everyone here, and they said, everyone here is from the future. Everyone here is from 2365. So our crown chakra, or the top of us, is like 2365. And what happens is we project pieces of our consciousness down into the past, which is down at the lower part of the light body, which is why I think somebody saw dinosaurs. I think that you were down in like your foot, because that was down in like the past. So the feet of our light body are the past. The top of our light body is the future. So if you want to see your future, all you have to do is go into your diamond and ask to be taken in your body to the space in the future that you want to see, and then just see it the same way you did with the 3D self. You know, when before working with this creator self energy or the diamond energy, you know, you have to go out into the astral plane or ask questions. You get all these convoluted answers. All your shadows come in and start blocking you and stuff like that. But it's a really cool. They're going to do it in the meditation. But so the where did the other one go? I grabbed the two that I didn't want to show. So this is our bodies right here, and this is just your simple like bodies right here. But your diamond right here is the diamond that a lot of the times you guys will see the pyramids kind of come together. That is not the diamond that I'm talking about. The diamond that I'm talking about is basically outside of this reality. So the diamond self is like back here, like looking down over us. So your diamond is like right here. See? So right before, if you're one of my old students, I used to call it the future I am, or the Christ itself. The you that is done is what I called it. This is a thing I drew back in like 2015, September 24th, 2015 or 16. I taught a class, and that was our Christ itself. Did this thing die? It died. Why isn't that plugged in? It died. Let me log back in. They can at least hear me still. Let me plug this in. Oh, I know the fastest way of doing this. Watch this. Oh, wait, no. I'll just turn it up. That's fine. Okay, you guys can still hear me at least. Thank God I called in. So I have this little chart here. I can take a picture and send it to Isabel, but you'll find that when you start playing around with the avatar, not the avatar itself, you start playing, is that our avatar? It is. It's part of it. That just popped out of my mouth. interesting. So some of this stuff seems very out there. You know, we have newbies that are like, I'm a newbie. Other people that are like, this is like confusing, it's too metaphysical. The way I want you to look at it is, you have a logical self, you have an emotional self. And, you know, you can switch in between those. Wherever your consciousness is, that's who you become. So sometimes you become this irate, crazy person. And that's because you slip into either a shadow, or you slip into your past self, or you slip into someone else's field, basically. But the reason why I'm so adamant about teaching everybody all about all these different layers, especially now, is because of the fact that the planet has shifted and all of these veils are gone. So now people, without even trying, are bebopping back and forth through these different realms of consciousness. And instead of going like, wow, yay, this is awesome, like more people, like, you know, people are going out and like these kids that are getting guns and going out and killing people. They're going, I actually like, I didn't tune into the guy's energy on purpose, but I was watching something on the news about that person that did a shooting or something. And it was like, it was, here we go. There we go. Sorry. There we go. There. You can hear me still? Okay. Good? Good. Okay. So I know, Linda, my battery died for some reason. I didn't have it plugged in, but I had everything else plugged in. Sorry about that. My bad. So the learning how to control our consciousness and learning how to control like where we are in our body is the key to like everything. So you have to say, like, once you get into your diamond, you're going to say, like, say you're like, okay, I want to manifest this, this, and that. You say, take me to the place in my body where I can manifest this the best. It may be a future self. It may be a past self. You may have been a millionaire in a past life, and you may not have to like make a ton of money, you know? Making sure you guys can still hear me. Can you? Yeah, Carly, you can heal from the diamond. Okay, cool. Good. Just want to make sure. Yes, you can heal from the diamond. That's the key with the Reiki healers. Anyone that did my I Am Reiki last time, that's what I'm saying. For Reiki 2, if you've already done my Reiki class and you want to take it at a discount, this weekend I'm doing I Am Reiki. So I'm teaching everyone how to invoke the Reiki from the I Am self. Because the guys that told me you're not going to teach Reiki anymore, and I was like, boo-hoo, I love teaching Reiki. And then the last channeling of the day, they were like, the reason why you are not going to teach Reiki is because you're teaching I Am Reiki. And it's like, oh, sweet, yes, so stoked. So this is, the snow globe, if you used to do the snow globe, say you're like an old student, you used to do the snow globe, and it's not working anymore, it's because we used to go up into our Christ consciousness, turn ourselves into a snow globe and clear ourselves, but now it's only clearing us from here down, which is our emotional body, our astral body, our mental body, which is where all the spirits are and the emotions and the feelings. But it didn't take care of our shadows, and it didn't take care of, you know, our soul self and all that stuff up there. So this meditation that we're doing, it's pretty cool. You can use this to clear your house. So say like right now you want to clear your house. You're going to say diamond, 0 diamond, and you'll get like whoosh, pulled into your diamond. And then say, show me my house as like a dollhouse in my hand. So just imagine like a dollhouse in your hand. And then say, this dollhouse now represents my house. So just see if they're like sludge everywhere and like yucky stuff or whatever. Like mine has like spaghetti coming out of the roof. That's interesting. They're like little tentacle-y things. So after you do that, then you're just going to say, I am now the guide or angel who can clear this most quickly. Feel what it feels like, or most efficiently, or sorry, Saint Germain, most efficiently, sorry. And then just say, show me how it's done. So you're asking, as this divine consciousness within your diamond, you're asking, show me how it's done, and just imagine something coming down and just whoosh, clearing it. Show me how it's done. So you're taking yourself out of the commanding point and you're just asking this being that you're becoming to clear it for you, and you're asking to see it. So it's quantum physics. The act of observing is making it so, but it's also allowing you to have faith in knowing that you as a like little spirit or mental body in this physical body can't do as much as if you take yourself into this super high state of being that created all of your yous and is you on all levels and all realities. Did that make sense? And as far as the attunements, guys, everybody's attuned with all different Reikis. You just have to ask yourself, say 0 diamond, and become your diamond self. And then you can just say, show me in my body where Reiki is, show me where Karuna is, show me where whatever is, and just see which density they lie in, because you can't say like Karuna was this density or Karuna is that, or you know, Holy Fire Reiki is here, because it depends on the teacher, which density they were at when they attuned you to. So it all depends. And then on how much work you've done and everything. So everybody's completely different. It's more just the techniques that I'm teaching and stuff. So here we go. So go ahead and close your eyes. Okay, so closing your eyes. So the music's okay for you guys? Cool. So what we'd like for you to do now is to begin to bring gratitude and awareness to the fact that you are the all that is. You are everything. You created everything. You are just such a masterful creator that you created distortions. Distortions that would, I don't use the word trick you, but lead you to believe that you are not in control the entire time. And this is such an exciting time in life, especially for this soul group that has come together, that continues to come together. That you are here to teach yourself and others how to create while still in body. You do not have to die to see God. You do not have to leave this plane to be a creator. You are one now. For those that would like, we'll say a small prayer. There are 17 here that require. We now ask that the light of God, the light of compassion, unconditional love, and forgiveness fill and surround each and every one of our energy bodies, our soul matrix, our higher self, our diamond self, and any aspect of us that is not pure, 100% light. Pure light. So prior to going into this exercise whereby we will be releasing the shadows from you, shining light upon them, going into the past, what I'd like to teach you is how to see if there are charges that are working through you. For you can have a meditation, you can receive a message, you can give others messages, you can give healing. But many times, one of our shadows will attract a charge. It's not necessarily for our highest and best good because they don't have their own connection to source. They're using you. So first, what we'd like for you to do is to imagine that you are a wall. I am whole. I am whole, or I am all that I am. And I am a wall. Imagine yourself as a wall. Say, please show me the outlets that I have on me. And if you have a whole bunch of outlets on you, it means that others, other beings, other people, other aspects of self are plugging into you and using your electricity. For you are all amazing healers of divine light. And now with this newfound, newly remembered connection, you must discern and not allow others to plug into you. So if you have a whole bunch of little outlets on you, like the wall would have, it is okay. All you have to do, say 0 diamond. And then in your mind, just think, clear the outlets away. And all the light from your diamond will shine out and dissolve them away. And we will assist with this as well. Make sure to check your back, as Peter. If you're very clairvoyant or experienced, or even those that are not experienced, you can follow the cords to see who's connected to you. You may find that someone who you thought was a guide is actually plugged into you and they're not really a guide at all. So we are helping to clear each and every one of you. And removing all connections to outside sources. And realigning and reconnecting each and every individual here and in the future listening to this, to their electricity source, their original source. Now what I'd like for you to do is to ask the creator of that which ignited your divine light, the creator of that which ignited your divine light, send down upon you their energy. And allow their energy to pour down over your head, into your body. Just imagine this light coming down over your head. And what this is doing is it's upgrading your soul matrix, upgrading any need to be needed, need to be drawn from, need to be walked all over so that you'll learn lessons, so that you can learn boundaries. Now that you're clear of any outside sources, other than that which created you, what you can do is you can ask what your charge was prior to doing this exercise. So maybe anywhere between negative and positive numbers. So whatever number comes to mind, or you can muscle test or do whatever you do to communicate that. You can imagine a little speedometer-like thing in front of you and see where you're at. Show me what my charge was. Or allow me to know what that is. And then what was your charge now? You can share this later after the meditation. Stay within yourself this time. If you have many positive charges, this means these are beings that are using you for your electricity. So by releasing them, you're releasing their thought patterns, their beliefs, their ideas. You want to bring your charge down to 0. So this was the long way of doing this. All you have to really do in the future is say 0 diamond, 0 charge. This will align you, connect you, radiate light around you, and allow you to be only connected with your original creator, your original energy source. There we go. Perfect. Good job. Awesome. So this is a good way to get out of a bad mood. This is a good way to get out of your shadow. So now you can say, the last time I was in my shadow or provoked by my shadow, what was my charge? And you'll see that we go up and down, up and down, up and down all day long. You can look at it when we're really charged up. We got a lot of stuff provoking us. We're triggered. It's harder to be positive. It's harder to be grounded. And it's harder to stay within ourselves. And this is a very lengthy process in removing these charges if you're in anything other than your diamond. So we were very excited indeed to teach this to you. From directly above you, a crystalline, white, bright ball of light begins to drop down along that thread that was run down through the top of your head. That white ball of light is going to drop into the middle of your brain, and it's going to pull you, magnetize you from wherever you are. Don't worry about diamonds, don't worry about anything other than just feeling drawn into this white ball of light. We, the Council of Light, stand before you and bring forth the emissaries of light. Bring forth this attunement unto you. Bring forth this attunement to the highest aspect of self, of your individuality. We release all pain and trauma, fear and guilt from you at this time. We release you. We release all anger and sadness, fear, depression. There we go. As these energies are being released from you, allow them to leave. Now ask where that root is of the thing that you want to accomplish that you can't accomplish, the block. And just bring your awareness to, oh, it's a circle or a square. See what it looks like. What does that block look like within you? From the middle of your head, this white light, like lightning, will shoot down and dissolve it. We'll be back in less than a minute. We'll just make sure that everyone's just dissolving. Just imagine this light in the middle of your head, dissolving this block within you. Here we go. Releasing all contracts to the dark side. Releasing all Godheads. Realigning and reconnecting each and every individual, as well as their light body, back to their true source, their original source. There we go. So out in front of you, there's a light body. It's a silhouette of a light. You begin moving toward it. As you move towards this light, and you begin to merge with it, you may feel the energy, the frequency of this light, and feel home, or it may feel awkward. This is your light body, and this is who you truly are. As this light body, you can use the diamond within to shine light on any part of your life. But this evening, we're going to walk up to the creation station, up a huge flight of stairs. Go up 12 stairs, take a turn, walk up some more, take another turn, and continue to walk up these stairs all the way up to the very top. I am now in my creation station. Say that. I am now in my creation station. Off in the distance, you see a guide or an angel. You may see a train, you may not. But it's a transportation device of some sort. You walk over towards it. You walk up some stairs and you get inside. But the train doesn't go anywhere. Doors on the other side just merely pop open. You walk through and you're looking over your life, this life, or you're looking at it on the screen. Your blocks that you would like to release, or the things that you would like to change your perspective on. Think of one of those things now. I am now my higher self when I was however old you were, 3 years old, or you can do it by age, or you can do it by before I thought sex was bad. So I'm now the higher self of me, the moment before my shadow split off. And just kind of witness what you feel and sense. How do you see you? Do you even see you? If you don't see you, you may feel a sense. If you're brave, you can say, I am now the me, but we don't want to get you wrapped up in emotions. I'm now the higher self of the me, moments before my shadow was created for believing sex was bad or money was bad. And this may not be this lifetime. This may be another lifetime that you're looking at that you don't realize. Ask to feel, from a higher self standpoint, what that you was feeling. And from directly behind you, the biggest force you have ever felt, the biggest being you have ever felt, your angelic, original angelic self is behind you. They immediately begin to play the harmonics of the universe on a harp. And those harmonics shine the brightest light that you have ever experienced over you, over the you when you were young. This light dissolves the shadow, dissolves you, the you that had that belief. And this light dissolves any individuals that placed imprints within you to create that. We are quite literally erasing this from your memory, from your subconscious, from your akasha, from your higher self. For the highest and best way, of course. From way above, the diamond begins to drop down. It's spinning and is pulling you toward it. As you get pulled into this diamond, the diamond goes back to where it came from, and you realize that it's going into the angelic being, but you are that angelic being. your awareness to your actual physical body while you're still here. What we'd like for you to do is to say, show me what it feels like here on the earth plane in my body. Show me what it feels like to be that me, that angel that just cleared me. Show me what it feels like in all layers of my body. We now release the belief from 97 of you that you are not good enough to be an angelic. We now reverse this belief and this idea. We pull back the egoic patterns that are creating this, and we bring to you your wings. For you are all of the angelic order of the thrones. You are all creator angels. Every last one of you. Allow yourself to feel this strength. Allow yourself to feel the knowledge that you came into this world with. Allow yourself to forgive yourself for sometimes feeling like this world was too harsh, for sometimes drinking too much or taking medications or drugs or doing what many would call lewd acts or obsessing about things that you're ashamed of. The frequency that you are used to when you are your original creator is beautiful. It is harmony. It is pure harmonics of the universe. Being human is hard. It is tough. It is scary. But you are that light that ignited your heart. And you now have access to that. You now have access to those wings. You now have access through your diamond self to this creator angel that you have always been. Think of any time in your life where you were feeling down and say, show me from my creator angel standpoint. Show me where I was. And you'll feel yourself shift. And just see where you were. Were you right above your human that thought it was alone? Allow yourself to feel this brilliant being of light as you. We now ask these angelic aspects of self to clear away all old cells and particles within us. Each person here today receiving this attunement that are not in alignment with the new earth, that are not in alignment with compassion, unconditional love, peace, truth, wisdom, knowledge, love. Allow us to know when we are our shadow. Allow us to know when we are irritated with another person because they're expressing a piece of us that we either don't like or a piece of us that we wish we could express. Ask that your original angel send light to them, as well as yourself. I hereby seal these attunements to the diamond consciousness, the diamond light body, and this connection to the angel that each of you are. For the angelics chose to lose their wings, go into a world where they forgot who they were, so that they could serve God and help those that were trapped within the reality of their own mind, trapped within the delusions of their own mind. You're all here to teach, speak, even if it's just planting a seed, even if it's just smiling at someone that is down. Passing your light from you to them could save their life. You do not need to know with your mind anything. All you need to know is within you that you are that light. You are the divine light. We are so very proud of you. From up above, a huge disk of light we are sending down upon you. It's coming down spinning, and it will make sure that you are tipped the right way, you are facing the correct way to stay in alignment. You will not need to worry about beings that are coming to get you. You will not have to worry about these things. So as this disk of light drops down over you, you begin to materialize into your real self, the real you. The light passes through your head becomes your head. You are your real, whole self, your creator self. Light continues to drop down, removing any disconnects, any connections that you have to false sources, any damaged chakras, damaged third eye, beliefs and ideas that third eye is not good. Continuing down, allowing this disc to clear through the throat, the upper chest. And as this disc continues to drop down, as it enters into the solar plexus area, we call forth all of our shadows. Say, I now ask my shadow selves to stand in line and stand in front of me. Please show me what they look like. And you may get a chuckle out of all of the versions of you. Or you may feel sad for them. I am my diamond light, and I shine light upon all my shadows now. The light blasts out from you, shining light on all the shadows with our assistance. All of those shadows dissolve, and any anger that they have dissolves. Any connections to demonic forces, any connections to entity beings, any connections to earthbound spirits, discarnates, elementals, any other things that we don't know the name for. There we go. There we go. If you're in a relationship, what you can do is you can ask that any shared shadow energies between you and a partner be called forward now. Say, show me the shadow aspect of me, whether it be the golden shadow or just the shadow that causes this in my relationship or causes this at work. I am my diamond light, and I shine light upon these shadows now. Allow the light to shine, dissolving all connections, all attachments, all curses, all magic, wizardry, sorcery, anything, any energy work done from the shadow would be considered black magic. Drawing your energy through your shadow, setting intentions through that. So releasing all of that now. There we go. You may enter back into this shadow room at any time that you would like. All you have to say is 0 diamond, 0 original angel. Feel yourself become that. And then just think of this space that you're in right now. Just think of it and you'll be there. If you're feeling down or you're feeling low or you're feeling blocked, say, I'm feeling blocked right now. I can't get the courage to ask for a raise. Show me the shadow, piece of self that is blocking me from this. And there may not be anything. It may be something else, but if it is, I am diamond light. I am my diamond light, and I shine light upon this shadow. And allow yourself to dissolve it. And then just think about being in the room that you're in, and you'll begin to feel yourself being drawn back in. The disc of light that was passing through the solar plexus area will continue on down through the hip area, dissolving any connections that you have to any other people, places, or things that are holding you down, any past lives, any false psychic readings or things that people have told you that were not true, but you believed, any group consciousness. Continue down through your legs, your knees, your calves, your shins, and down out through your feet. And then this disc of light will stay right beneath you. We will call it the your I am disc. You can use this to clear yourself as well, for you have been attuned to it as well. This is, in essence, your I am that I am. This is the creator of all, of everything. You all share the same one. That is what the disc represents. For this channel thought that there was only a diamond attunement this evening. If we had explained to her what was going to be done, she would not have done it. Because understanding and knowing the amount of energy that will be traveling into your field over the next 6 days will be much higher than it has been in this life You're shifting dimensions, shifting realities, shifting worlds. She is very cautious indeed, does not want to shift too fast or cause too much change, does not want to cause commotion in people's lives. So that is a false belief. Light can never cause chaos. Your shadow will cause chaos when you bring in too much light. But now, you know how to shine light on it. When you begin to bring chaos into your life, go into your diamond, go into your angelic self. I am diamond light, and I shine light upon this shadow. Imagine the light going into the shadow, and then pull yourself back into your body. You'll get very fast at it. It will be one of your strongest tools. If you feel as if you can't do something, say, I am now the guide that is assigned to me that knows how to do this. To do this from your diamond self. You're really, truly quite invincible indeed energetically now, and we are very pleased that all of you accepted the attunement and allowed it into your field. Many times our fragments, our shadows, our ego will not allow this in. You should be proud of yourself today. What we'd like for you to do before opening your eyes is just feel what you feel like right now. And then say, show me in front of me prior to this attunement. Show me what I look like. You can imagine a little stage with you on it. Show me what I look like now. No one can ever become perfect overnight because you have a human mind, and the human mind is not perfect. But being aware, catching yourself, dissolving the shadow, will change your life. In fact, your life is changed now, forever. What will you choose to do with it? We bless you, dear children. And yes, we hear those three of you. You may send light to your family. In fact, we'll do this quite quickly. Ask to see some bleachers in front of you. Zero diamond. Zero creator angel. Ask to see these bleachers. But do not ask to see your actual family members. Ask to see plants lined up on these bleachers. A bunch of potted plants. And then say those potted plants now represent the family members that need healing. And allow it, and we'll welcome it. I represent my family members. I am diamond light, and I shine light upon those plants. Just imagine the light shining all over the plants, making them healthy, making them beautiful. And then when they dissolve and they're gone and the bleachers are empty, the healing is complete. Do not ask to see specific members. You'll get caught up in the emotional body. The second you see their face, you'll drop back down. Do not ask to see different ages of them or them in the future, them in the past. Just see potted plants There's no way to become emotionally attached to that. Do not ask who they are. Allow your conscious awareness to make the decision on who needs that healing. It keeps your mind out of it. It keeps them safe from your fears. For if we are sending light to beings through worry, we are not helping them at all. We are infusing them with worry. We bless each and every one of you. And we bid you adieu. So bring your awareness back to your body. I want you to just imagine your feet having little clamps in the bottom of your feet. Just kind of go down into the earth and go clamping into the soil beneath you in the 6D earth. There we go. As you clamp into the soil on this new earth, new ascended earth, you can feel all the nutrients of this new earth shooting up through your body, your legs, your thighs, your hips, grounding you into this new reality. Allow this earth energy to fill you up as far as it can, all the way up through your body. And from directly above you, the hand of your higher self is placed upon your crown, sending their energy down to meet that earth energy that's within you. This will ground you and align you. Please be aware that this attunement will make you very thirsty. Drink water. Make the decisions to eat well. You've not wanted as much sugar, go for it. It's going to be a lot easier over the next 3 days. Your frequency is very high. And it is a good thing. You must tell this channel to listen to this, for that is a false belief within her own mind. Be proud of yourself and love your shadow, for that is what you did this evening. Goodbye. Oh my gosh, I have to go to the bathroom. Oh my God, it's over. I have to be home at 9. Why'd they do that? I told them to be on time. So go ahead and journal for the, oh no, I have to be home. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm so confused. I don't know where I am. The look on your face is scaring me. Is the meditation okay? Oh, okay. Okay. Like, uh-oh. I tranced for real. It's Mr. Angel Man there. No, him and there's 3 other people here that are the same soul as me. It's Danya, Aaron, and I think Emily's on here. A bunch of us are all the same, like creator soul. So, and Michelle's in here in the room with me. She is too. So it's like my consciousness gets pulled up into that, and that's like outside the movie theater, outside. It's like way out there. I was like looking at like the solar system, and it was like the size of my pinky. That was amazing. I need a journal. So yeah, you guys just write what you remember, write what you felt. Let me run to the bathroom, and I need a journal before I forget what I saw. Otherwise I'm gonna be upset. I was gone, huh? Was I gone? Was I rocking? Oh yeah, that's not for a good video. They told me to stop rocking in my videos, and I said, I'll try. I just need to write a couple things down. Oh, thank you. Does anyone know anything about stars, like the star systems and stuff like that? There's a star system called Hercules. I know Hercules is the Disney character, but